Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you have an idea who Brand Mondo is, this video is gonna be like as close as it can get, like very similar themed and idea to those, except reacting to hair videos like he does. I'll be reacting to people getting a hamster on YouTube or just different things with dealing with their hamsters. So today I'm going to be reacting to people on YouTube impulsively buying a hamster. I definitely would recommend impulsively buying a hamster. By the way, if you hear any background noise like cars going by, I have like a busy street like right here behind this wall basically. So like right here, it's like a really busy road. So if you hear anything like that, I apologize, but I will also try to fix the audio and correct it to make it as least annoying as I possibly can. Well, the first video we're going to be reacting to is Impulsively Buying a Hamster by Angelina Graziano.
Buying a hamster? We are. Me and my sister have always wanted to buy a hamster. And, coronavirus. Be a dwarf hamster. We're going to go get the cage right now. What is this responsibility? I am making myself go through. And what are your thoughts on getting this hamster?
Sucks!
What are your thoughts on getting this hamster?
I think we're all delusional. I'm not really sure what happened.
I think she's gonna go grab a cage first before she gets a hamster, which I definitely recommend before you get a hamster. Make sure you have a cage ready and set up. That way it's less stressful for the hamster and it's a lot easier for you at the same time, because that means once you get your hamster, you can easily just put them up instead of just having them out and getting more stressed the whole time.
Never had anything.
And now we have to get the hamster.
I don't know if she bought them from someone, because obviously I skipped like throughout the video, but I don't know if you noticed, but it was like a split second you can see all the cages that she had to choose from, which it appears it seems to be. So right here it looks like this is all the hamster cages she has to choose from, and every single one is completely not safe, not suitable. This is not what your hamster should be living in. If you own this cage, you don't have to instantly throw it away, but I would recommend, so you don't waste your money at the same time, you can just use it as a travel carrier. But no matter which cage you picked from this pile, it was not going to be a good one.
Mama, look how cute! And we're cleaning.
If they only have one, were those her hamster cages that she had in the past or something? Or did someone like donate those to her? Because she only got one. Why she have like 3 or 4 cages? You know, all of them are like the same exact thing. If she bought this from someone, obviously I don't know how much they charge her for, or even if they did charge her for it, but she could have just got like a bin cage and just turned it into a hamster cage, because obviously we all know that this is a thing now. You can turn your bin cage and get it for like $15–20, and that's way more suitable and bigger than what these cages offer at a much better price.
Oh, yeah. He pooped and peed. Oh, he's in. No.
Yeah, it is. And look how many they give to the hamster. It's like 7, 10 at least of those. And who knows what kind of blocks that they're using. If you're gonna use lab blocks, only ones I would recommend is the Missouri Lab Rat and Mouse blocks, I think is what they are. Only lab blocks I recommend, but you don't even need that many. You can honestly get away with only giving them like 2 or 3 at a time. But obviously they won't eat just blocks. You will mix in with the Higgins Sunburst or any other seed mix that you're offering for your hamster.
Here's your new house.
You're so cute.
That hamster wheel, man. That hamster wheel, man. Any cages like this comes with, it always comes with the hamster wheel. That's just a given thing. Everybody knows this. But I don't know, obviously everybody don't know this part, but those wheels are 9 times out of 10 not the correct size for your hamster's cage. These wheels are often like 6 inches, maybe 6.5 inch wheels. That's not large enough for your hamster, not for a dwarf hamster, not for a Chinese, not for a Robo, not for a Syrian, that's for sure. But just because your hamster's small doesn't mean that this wheel is okay. This wheel is absolutely not safe for your hamster.
Please. Cecil. We have to get him a new wheel and a hut thing because that doesn't really work very well. So we're gonna have something else so she can go up here because it's a little small. So that was me getting a hamster.
A little. It's very small for a hamster. Just because you add tubes or connect another cage to another cage does not mean that the cage will then be large enough for your hamster. Hamsters need unbroken floor space. You can't break it up and divide it up and think that because it's this much connected now, just because they have tubes connected now, that means that this is enough space and that you're adding space, but really you're not adding anything to your hamster's like home or space or anything like that. So instead of just buying more to connect, which does nothing for your hamster, just opt to turn this into a travel carrier. I wouldn't recommend selling it or donating it because then it's just gonna become someone else's problem. And then they're going to put their hamster through this. And yeah, I would just recommend turning to a travel carrier and just getting a bin or getting like a whole nother cage that's more suitable and doing like a little bit more research. And you have a nice happy hamster that's not stressing out. The next video that we are going to be reacting to is called Adopting My First Syrian Hamster. And this is by Guinea.
Hamster for like over a year now. This isn't a spur of the moment decision, I swear. I found an ethical breeder here in Illinois to adopt a hamster from, and I'm finally at the top of the wait list and can adopt.
Okay, we're up to a great start so far. She said it's not completely impulsive. She obviously must have done her research just a little bit, or at least a little bit, to know if we're gonna get that way, to get the ethical breeder. And then she also got a 40-gallon tank for a hamster to be in. If you guys don't know, 40-gallon tank is the minimum size if you're gonna go for more of an aquarium cage to get for your hamsters. So don't get them like a 10-gallon, 5-gallon, 20-gallon. Go for a gallon and up.
My 40-gallon tank. I got a reptile one because it has the wiry top thing for better breathing. That is one whole packet of bedding. Thank God I bought a second one because that's not enough. Is it? Maybe it is. I have to check.
You need so much. This is the most realistic thing ever. Is saying like this is one whole pack of bedding, because when you're in the store, like especially when you're new to having a hamster, you're like, this should be enough bedding. Like this is a pretty large pack. But then when you also remember that they need at least 6 inches. But honestly, okay. Well, obviously, once you put this bedding in the cage, because you gotta remember it's 6 inches minimum. But you also have Syrian hamsters, so which means they're bigger to going through tunnels. Which means honestly 6 inches, they could use a lot more than that. But so some people do offer like 8 to 10 inches of bedding. So then you realize that once you put this bedding inside your enclosure, especially if you have the right size, and you pack it down like you're supposed to, because you do want to pack down your bedding as you add it, you'll realize you need like a lot of bedding. When I first did my setting up the Night Angel, I think it was Night Angel Vista, and I had set it up for the first time. I think I had like 3 large packs of the Carefresh bedding, and I had 1 large bag of the Aspen bedding. And even then I was like, is this enough bedding? Like, did I even have enough? Because when I was filming that video, I remember being in my head like, did I need another pack of bedding? Because you realize it just takes up so much bedding. But also that bedding lasts for a long time if you think about it, because you're not taking all that bedding out. You're only spot cleaning and doing a deep clean, like maybe like once a month. So you'll realize that the bedding actually do last for a while. So I don't know if you guys know this, but she does have like these 2 hides in here. I would definitely not put those in your hamster cages if you have them. If you have it for floor time, for like playtime, then yeah, sure, you can get away with it a bit more. but I would recommend it to have in your hamster's cage just because they do leak resin, so I wouldn't put them inside your hamster's enclosure. It's not safe for them, especially if they start to chew on it. But her hamster wheel looks like it's a good size. I think it's that new Petsmart full cheeks version of it. I only think that because of the platform that it's standing on, and I'm pretty sure that's what that one goes to. So this wheel I think that is about the right size for it. I know that the new line of wheels, they honestly did a bit better with the wheels this time, although they do have like a few small ones, I believe. It's like, what were you thinking did you do as a joke to get like buzz around it? I don't know. But if you want like a full review about the PetSmart Full Cheeks brand review, I'll have it linked up here. I have a link in the description box below. But I went in detail talking about their food, their cage, and I think their wheels as well. So if you would like to watch that, and you can watch that at the end of this video. Don't go right now.
Still need an area for its sand bath, and I think this needs to be. I need more bedding.
One more thing, I know I just played it. She has the hamster sand, and I said I would talk about this. That I did talk about the Full Cheeks brand in my video, but she has the Full Cheeks sand. I would not use that sand for a hamster. If I am completely sure, which I definitely think I am, that sand was mainly dust, and you don't want dust for your hamster sand bath. They have small respiratory systems, so it's not good for them. Definitely opt for more sand instead. Like Repti sand is really good. Anything is like play sand is really good as long as you do the proper process before you put inside your hamster's cage.
Okay, here's my updates. What I have is on this side, I have it super bedded, and then I have like a little hideaway area and another hideaway, and then that little chew thing. And then I sectioned it off, sort of sectioned it with a little log. And then I have water bowl, food bowl. This area is still the same. I still have the water bowl, food bowl, and then my giant fucking spinner. I got one of the silent ones too. So hopefully it actually works. The last thing I need to figure out, I bought an extra little hideaway thing, but I couldn't figure out how to fit it in here. And then I realized I could just use this for the travel. Like, I think this is kind of good, actually. A bunch of like super experienced hamster owners might be watching this like, oh my God, girl, please stop. And honestly, feel free to educate me in the. Dude, I'm so scared. You're gonna have to hold it high. You look angry.
No, he doesn't. That's how he looks.
No, I didn't do that. That was wrong. Okay, that was wrong. That was incorrect. Should I give you like a twig or something first?
What is that gonna do?
I don't know. Make you like me? Look at the little thingy. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I did it!
Oh my God,
I didn't get any of it, Jenny.
Ah!
The hamster is so freaking cute. I do want to add one more thing about this. I would definitely do a smaller water bowl and move it, because your hamster would literally have to walk through essentially like a pond to get across to their food bowl, or like just to get back there. So I would definitely like move the water bowl and also get like a smaller one. But the hamster is so cute. I understand how she was like nervous, because I used to be like that sometimes. I'm like, I don't want you to be upset with me. I just want to put you inside. The last video we're going to react to is just called Getting a Hamster by Jamila Coroma. I'm realizing now that I'm terrible at saying names. Okay, so this video is like hard to be able to cut enough or get the right parts so that you can react to this with me. So I'm gonna give you the gist of it so far. So she's at the pet store, obviously, and she's going through hamsters looking for one. The worker there definitely had helped her, because the lady checked the hamster to make sure it was a female for her, which I do appreciate, because a lot of pet stores nowadays, they don't usually check for you. So sometimes people would get a hamster, come home, and like way later or whenever later, they're like, I thought this hamster was supposed to be a boy, but it's a girl, and vice versa. So I did really like that the lady checked the hamster first to make sure.
It's for Peach, I really do. Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna be too big in her cage. I want something smaller, maybe like this. But I like this.
Oh, which page is it?
This one. This other one. Yeah, this one is good.
You want me to set up for you?
Are you excited?
They even have the little like angel dishes, like that's like the water dishes. They even had those sitting down there at the corner. This pet store has so much stuff. I can only dream of being able to have. My pet store always has literally nothing. It's always the same old, the most basic things ever. So anytime I can get something that's like actually nice and different is if it's online. And I don't like always ordering just because like shipping, you gotta pay for that, and then you gotta wait for that. And I'm just too impatient at the same time. But yeah, they have a lot of like nice selections there. Obviously I saw some stuff you should not have, like this little sand bath that's over here in the corner. I know they make stuff like this in the US. I would not get that for a hamster because not only can they get stuck, but also it's just too small anyways. You'd be better off getting like a $2 tray from like the Dollar Tree or something and just using that as a sand dish because it's bigger. Your hamster can actually dig in there, and it's just obviously they can't get stuck in there either. So now she's back home, she's setting it up. That was because I skipped through because there was a lot going on. I skipped through, didn't notice that she had picked up a cage already while she was there. I saw them as I was scanning through looking for a cage, blah, blah, blah. All thing I noticed was the gypsy bedding. I actually really do want to try gypsy bedding. This bedding is okay. Now the thing that I do want to talk about is the hamster cage mixed in with this level of bedding that you can put in here. So if you can tell, this bedding tray is probably about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches at the utmost, like in depth, which means you can only have probably, for most people, it would be about 2 inches of bedding because you don't want it too high because not only can the tray not hold it, but also it would just fall through the barbed wires, well, through the cage doors, whatever you want to call it. It would just literally just fall through, so people aren't going to fill it up with bedding. Like I said last time, hamsters need minimum 6 inches. If you can go for 8 or 10 or more, definitely do that. Definitely recommend. You can't really have too much bedding, to be honest. People say like your hamster's gonna get lost. Like, don't you think? No, hamsters, they're fine. They know what they're doing. They're making their tunnels. They're doing their own thing. This is what they do. They're not gonna get lost. I've been told that before, like, don't you worry about your hamsters getting lost or like it's too big for them, for their cage. And it's like, no, it's not too big. They're not gonna get lost. I am doing exactly what they need to be happy and to thrive as much as I can on being domesticated. This cage is basically like the other video that we watched. It's not suitable, it's not the right size. You can see here it does have tube attachments, so you can add tubes if you want. I also would recommend it, not for the reason that I mentioned it first, but it won't add any space to your cage. But your hamster can get stuck. Most of them aren't large enough for a Syrian hamster unless you go out and buy the ones like that are large enough for a Syrian hamster. But I won't recommend it because it's also limited airways through, so it's not a lot of breathing that can happen in that area. Your hamster can literally bite it off and make the tubes fall apart, or with their pee, if you're not cleaning it, it will literally break it and fall apart.
Maybe take off the glove.
I want to.
Oh, you? Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, I don't want this thing. Well, it's just me. I think I'll just put like a handful. And
Yeah, I
then
think
that
that's
would be
enough
it.
now.
That's enough.
Otherwise, it defeats your purpose.
This wheel looks like it's probably like a 6-inch wheel. This is not big enough wheel. And they can't even upgrade if they want to because it won't fit. That's the other problem with these cages. You can't even upgrade it because there's no space.
Yeah, now take her out.
He's gonna jump. He's gonna jump. He's gonna jump.
She will.
That would be so terrible.
How high can they jump?
She's gonna fall. She's gonna fall.
No, she's a.
I wouldn't recommend that box carry, but that's besides the point. You can also give them like little treats or foods to help encourage them to want to come out. But also sometimes you just gotta wait for them to be ready to come out, because sometimes they don't want to. You don't want to absolutely flip the box upside down and force them inside of your hamster's cage.
See? Okay. Oh, she's so flexible.
Yeah.
I think you leave it so low down.
This hamster has been in this cage for what, 5 minutes? I don't even think there was any jump cuts in this. This hamster has been in this cage for like 5 minutes, and the hamster's already climbed the bars, the hamster's already climbed the bars, and the hamster is chewing the bars. These are all signs of a stressed out hamster. If this hamster is stressed out in like 5 minutes, then you know this is not suitable. This isn't regular hamster behavior. They don't naturally chew these bars. That's not what they're into. Now, I will say this, if you have a hamster cage and it actually is large enough and you know that it really is, because some hamster cages are actually suitable that has these wires on it, but your hamster will like still chew on it. You can obviously, there's many different things that you can do to fix it. I think apple cider vinegar is one of them that you can spray on it, but that's such a temporary fix that after some months it's just gonna go away and the hamster's gonna resume back to chewing. But also some hamsters, you just can't use these type of cages for them with the wires on it, because sometimes some hamsters will just chew on it even if they're not stressed. So sometimes your hamster just doesn't do well with it, and that's okay. But this is what I mean by the cage being too small. You can't even add anything else in here. If you add one toy in here, it's gonna become overcrowded and your hamster will have no room to like run. This food bowl is about the same size as the wheel. There isn't anywhere. And she said that the hamster was flexible when it was going through. Hamsters, this is not natural hamster behavior. This is not what they do. They aren't even good at climbing. So they'll do it, but they're not good at it. And that's why you can have a lot of things go wrong with this.
Panda what?
Mine is after fruit.
Or moo.
Moo! Oh, little Moo. Hey, Moo.
This cow doesn't have the same ring journey.
Yeah. Cow.
Cow.
Well, those are all the videos that we'll be reacting to today. When people impulsively buy a hamster, honestly, it's like a really big difference between those who impulsively do it and adopt a hamster, as opposed to people who be like, I want a hamster, does research, make sure they get everything. You can tell like the big difference just based off of what I know, based off what I've seen, and based off videos like this. The one person who really wanted a hamster ahead of time, she made sure that she did everything correct and was open to feedback. Videos like this where they just go out and be like, I'm gonna go get a hamster, it's just, you don't know what you're getting stuff into. You don't know that there's extra responsibility. People think these are good starter pets. Honestly, I think I spent more money on Rhino and all of my hamsters, just any hamster, but honestly, I'm gonna say Rhino because he's the one that I have now. So I think I spent more on Rhino than on Ash. Like, honestly, comparing prices, when I think about it, I'm pretty sure that I spent more. Like, there was a lot more that goes into it, because that stuff adds up really fast. It is not cheap. But those were some crazy videos to watch, man. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below if you want me to react to more like this, but like of a different thing, of like hamsters and stuff. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching and for going on that long ride with me and seeing all that. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.